trained every day. No applause. No motivation. Just discipline. They never saw the sweat. They never saw the pain. But you kept going. You chose repetition over excuses. You had a dream once, but now it feels blurry, distant, like it belonged to someone else. And worse, you started to believe it was your fault. One. That may be. You just don't have what it takes. But let me tell you something. That's a lie. A lie whispered by fear, by exhaustion, by the voice in your head that hates seeing you rise. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. You're just at war. A war with yourself. And the weapon that wins that war is discipline. Not the fake kind. Not the version you see on social media. Not the gym selfies or the motivational quotes. I'm talking about real discipline. The kind you build when it's dark. When no one's clapping. When no one's checking on you. When no one would even notice if you gave up. But you still show up. Because something in you refuses to die. That's the kind that changes everything. That's what makes people legends. Not talent, not luck. Discipline. Discipline is choosing pain over pleasure. Routine over chaos. Silence over applause. And truth over comfort. It's waking up when your body begs for 5 more minutes. It's working when your mind screams to rest. It's being relentless, even when the results are invisible. And that breaks most people. But not you. You're still here. Still grinding, still bleeding, still believing. Maybe not in the dream yet, but in the discipline that will make the dream real. You know what's easy? Quitting. You know what's popular? Blaming, complaining, waiting. But you're not here for what's easy. You're here for what's real. And discipline is real. It doesn't care about feelings. It doesn't wait for motivation. It doesn't beg for permission. It shows up. Every day. Even when it hurts. Especially when it hurts. Because that's where greatness is built. Not in excitement, but in the endurance. Just like Saitama. Training in silence, with no fame, no hype, just pain. So let's get honest. You've failed. You've slacked off. You've made excuses. We all have. But that version of you, that version doesn't have to win today. Because there's another you. One who's tired of hiding. One who's done being soft. One who's ready to suffer for the life they want. that version. That's the one discipline brings to life. Listen closely. This isn't a game. This isn't about aesthetics. This is your legacy. This is your family's future. This is about the fight you were born for. And you don't win that with feelings. You win it with discipline. So what are you going to do tomorrow? Wake up like a machine? Or fold like paper? Your choice. Your life. But I'll tell you this. Every time you rise, every time you refuse to break, you sharpen the edge. And eventually that edge, it cuts through the impossible. Just like he did. Saitama didn't wait to be noticed. He just did the work. If you're hearing this, it's not by accident. You needed this. Because deep down, you know what you've been avoiding. And it's time to stop running. You don't need another excuse. You need a mirror. Look into it. That's your competition. Not him, not her. Just you. And the only way to win is with discipline. Use the pain. Use the silence. Use every scar like armor. Because the world doesn't owe you comfort. It owes you nothing. But your future, that owes you everything. If you earn it. So stop waiting. Start becoming. Discipline isn't punishment. It's freedom. The freedom to choose who you become. The freedom to look back in 10 years and say, I did that. Not because it was easy, but because it was necessary. And if someone asks one day, how did you become like this? You won't say a word. You'll just smile. Because they'll already know. You trained like Saitama when no one was watching. And now, if this shook something in you, if it sparked a fire, then don't keep that fire alone. Subscribe to Limit Breakers. Because this isn't just a channel. It's a movement. A brotherhood. A sisterhood. A war cry. For those who refuse to settle. We don't chase hype. We build habits. We don't fake pain. We turn it into power. You're not broken. You're building. And this is just the beginning. You think discipline is hard? Wait until we talk about fear. The kind that paralyzes. The kind that whispers, you'll fail. Next video, courage versus fear. Not about being fearless, but about moving while afraid.